Hello, Melissa Fago, Creative Memories Advisor from Suffolk, Virginia, and I am here to show you our Simple Kit. So this happens to be July's Simple Kit, and I just want to show you what we have now for beginners. These actually come out monthly, but we do have special ones for our classes and an album kit that is all Simple Kit, so you really can get your albums done very quickly. I feel like I do crops from 9 to 6 every month, or 9 to 5 on Fridays. So 9 to 6 are the Saturdays. And I think 2 crops, you could probably get your entire album done with this kit. So it is definitely a win-win, or with this, yeah, the kits, but with this process, is that the right word? All right, so I'm going to switch cameras. And we're going to make sure. All right, so let's hope that you can hear that beginning part, because the web camera didn't do. So this is your Simple Kit. And what you get in your Simple Kit, and this is just like it would be in a beginner class. And you get to pick the kit that you want to do, to work on. So that's pretty cool. So it comes with your instruction sheet and your guides, your layouts to show you where everything goes. It comes with 2 base pages. So if you've used our Fast to Fabulous system, then that's what this is like. And I am hoping that this is going to show on this camera really well, to be able to show all of this. But I'm going to go ahead and put this on my board so that I can cut my pieces and put them right on there. And I only put my magnets at the top. You can see that. I only put my magnets at the top, and I'll go back and forth because I want to show you this cut. So then you have your cut apart page, and very easy, right? Look, and they're numbered even. And then if you look on here, we lost our focus. Your numbers are on here. So it tells you where to lay these numbers that are on here, okay? When you get your cut apart page, what you want to do is find the long cut. So you want to find where it's going to go all the way through the page, because you don't really want to have to cut to here and stop. I have to tell you that I'm very particular. And so when there's a change in the color, I tend to cut it on this side, if that's where the cut is on this side. So this first cut, I won't do that. Now our 12-inch trimmer is amazing for this. And I was hoping to get this layout really good and easy for y'all. I will do this one this way since my board's in the way. This is our studio, by the way. We have it in the slate gray right now. The blue is coming back in 27, but it is amazing to be able to put everything on here, magnetize it, see it, help you get it done. So our 12-inch trimmer is wonderful. First of all, it's cutting on the line that's on the left-hand side. I would say where the number is at the top. So that number at the top, that's the line it's cutting on. And what you're going to do is line your paper up to that line. And you see the dotted line on here, possibly. You can see that dotted line. All right. Now, a couple of things for those that really love it to be exactly right. You have these little guides, and you're going to say, oh, you never told me they were there, or I never knew they were there. And I always make a big deal about that, because then it does come back and happen. They're hidden at both ends, and you just pull them out, and then you make sure that they're lined up. And I'm not looking at this one is, but you can see if it is or isn't. You make sure it's lined up before you cut. This little white arrow guy on either end of your blade, let's see if we can see that one. The lighting's not good. It's on both sides of your blade. He's blending in pretty good. That's kind of funny. Right here, they're telling you also where you're cutting. So you've got lots of things that tell you where you're cutting. And then this white line on your housing, is telling you where the blade is going to punch into the paper. And so then that way, you know, if you were cutting something particular, you know where it's going to start cutting. So let me see what I think about this. And I'm doing this one this way because if you noticed on the other side, it was all the same color. And I can see right now that this is not straight, and I can tell at the top it wasn't against the edge. So you want it to go all the way against the edge so you know that it's flat. And then you use your little guides to really make sure you got it right. I love them. They're like my friend. And you don't have to put them away or anything, because once you go to cut, then you're good to go. Ta-da! Now I am going to turn this over, and I'm going to line this up again. And I'm going to see that it is, and if you do miss it, if you are that particular and you just don't like that it's off, you can fix it very easily and trim whatever little edge, you know, ends up from a different color. So look at that. Beautiful. Love it. And now I'm going to go back. Oh, and then, so these are 7 and 8. So 7 is showing me that it's down here and 8 is here. I'm not going to keep lifting that up. And they put the light color down. And so I'm going to do that. And that's another reason I only put the magnets at the top, because by the time you start building on it, you're adding magnets to the whole weight of it as you go. And so then you know, it's going to hold it on there. So no need to have to move them all the time. All right, so now we need to turn it over, because see how this all looks the same, and you would never figure that out. So again, we want to go straight down. So we're going straight down on this one. And let's see where we are. Should have lowered my table. All right, and then I can turn this one. And again, these are all the same. So I can go right through. So this is 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 go here. And you can get it precise right now so that you know, or you can get it precise later. I'm one of those precise people. Oh, and then it has this great ruler. I'm going to use it down here if it'll go over my magnets, so that you can see that if I want to make sure I have these at the same height, then these are both going to go like that. What do you think about that? Isn't that cool? I love that. And so then you know that they're straight. Blah, blah, blah. All right, and then let me cut these. I'm going to cut these at this end now, just because so I can see it better. So you can cut from either end. Just use the edge as your level. And yeah, where that is. All right. 1. And also, as you pay attention to how it's cutting, you'll get an eye for where it needs to be to where your blade is actually cutting. And see how perfect I got those? Ta-da! All right, so this is 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 3 and 4 go here. And it's overlapping a little bit. And 4 is down here. And it looks like it's just a tad under and just a tad over. So I'm going to slide this down a little bit. All right. And then again, if you really want it to be even, you can see if this will level out. The other thing you could do, if it's too far away, which I think this one is you can put your ruler, oh, you can't see. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So you can put your ruler, I'll point to this side, so that you can see where it is here. So it's at 2.5. And so then you can go and go 2.5, which is showing 10.5. It's 2.5 on this side. So, and 10.5 on the other side. So if you do it here like that, and see, I'm too particular for this. I love it, love it, love it though. So now I can put these on here and they're overlapping just a tad. I might should be going to the left. And if I feel like I want to move them at all, then I will when I go to tape them down. But this gives you a really good idea. Awesome, huh? And then I forgot to tell you that you also have an awesome sticker sheet that you'll see on your instructions where the stickers go, if that works with your pictures, because this may not work with your pictures. This may not work with your pictures. I also, when we started with Fast to Fab pages, Creative Memories was putting the mats on the page, and they did change it because we kept telling them, you know, our pictures don't always fit that, which was wonderful. They do listen to us amazingly. And but the same thing here, you can either use these mats, you can move them around, you can cut your pictures to fit in these sizes. They tell you on here what size picture is for each of those mats so that you know how to cut your picture. We have some photo trimming grids that can help you with your pictures on that. But so then when you're done and ready, this is magnetic. See that? Isn't that cool? And I'm just going to pull these up and lay this flat. I really did try to tape these standing up, thinking that, oh, you just take the magnet off. But when there's multiple pieces and that kind of thing, it didn't work. So I gave in to the fact that I'm going to have to take it off. I want to tell you real quick, another great thing, let me put these back on or that's going to fall, is if you're in the middle of a project and you're at a crop or even at your house and you just want to protect it when you're using your studio, you can close this right up. Now this guy doesn't close in the middle, so let's just move him out of the way for now. You can just close it right up and everything, these technically go over the top to hide, to protect that in. I'm not going to do both of them. And then this is your closed band here. And now your studio is ready to go or protect your pages. If you had pictures out and you don't want anything to happen to them. I like folding that backwards. And then this, I don't want in the way while I'm trying to tape. So the next step is to tape. So I'm going to put these here. I'm putting them back on my board. I love that magnetic strip to hold my mats. And I didn't put that mat on purpose really, so that I can put that ruler and make sure everything's lined up. So that's why I didn't, since I took it off. And you really do just need a little dash of tape in each corner of your picture, your mat, your border. And for something long like this, I did put one in the middle, but you really can save tape. Our tape is permanent. And so you do not need to, trying to see if it's focused. You do not need a lot of tape, and this way you can save your tape. There we go. I think that worked. Yay, I think that works. All right, so now we're going to worry about this one. I am going to use my sheet. Let's see if I can not mess up my camera by doing that. So I'm doing it on these here. So I'm going to put this across and make sure I know that it's straight. And I really think, let's see, that's too much at the top. And there is this line here in the middle too. I'm loving that. I just noticed that. So you can line it up and make sure it's straight, but I kind of want it centered. So I'm going to try to center it first and then I'll match them. So centered top to bottom, that's what I tend to like. And I'll go with this slight edge on the other side. So I am eyeballing that without even taping it. So now what I'll do is put my ruler there so I know where to put it back. It's kind of funny. It comes in handy either way. You could have, it's still into, there's no way it was an inch. All right, we're gonna eyeball it again because I didn't put my tape on. Maybe it is close to an inch, y'all. All right, and then now I can put it on. It is, that's hilarious. That side. And I don't even put it in the middle on a mat or a picture. I just feel like that's not straight. And I want just a tad on this side. Nice and centered. Love it. All right. And then you put these on. And I do like to, you see that I just laid that and I can still move it. I didn't push down where the tape is so that I can make sure these are centered the way I want them and have the right spacing everywhere. So I can still slide that around because my tape is in my corners. So when I'm doing this kind of thing, let's see if it has it a little bit wider. And it does. So I'm going to go to this first line on here. That's going to be my tail. And it's just a little bit below and above. And then this is where I was saying here, because I don't know that I could go across on both. So this is technically, that's not quite 10.5. So it is, I got to count on 1, 2, 3, 3 notches down. So that's 3/8, right? So it's at 3/8. So I'm going to go to 10 and 3/8. So it's 1 notch above 1/4. And make sure it's straight. And I can take both of these off. And then once you're done, you can choose to stand this back up to put your stickers on, or leave it down. For the border stickers, I really would leave it down so that you can get those borders across. And I did not double check. Okay, we're in good hands. Sometimes with these, you want to put the border sticker down before you put your mats down. So check the layout, always check the layout to see what it calls for. There are times that, fortunately using repositionable tape, which is what's great about repositionable, is it rubs off. If you happen to have double-sided paper and you put it on the wrong side, it rubs off. You change your mind and want to put something else down. And if you put something down and you're like, okay, that's higher than I want it to be, then you can pick it right back up. But as the day goes and as the days go, it's going to become more and more permanent. So that's one of the nice things about that, about repositionable. And I just absolutely love this tape. I use it for everything. I even use it on mail envelopes just to put them down and go. Beautiful, right? All right, and then our stickers, it's showing us that this sticker is going on top of here, and it looks like there's a little space that can show. So I'm gonna, and I love that it curls like this because then it's not down on the page, and I can get it lined up on this edge like I want, and it looks like I could see a little bit at the top, and then I can slowly make sure, and I'm not pushing it all the way down just in case, but I'm able to guide it and manipulate it so that it goes exactly where I want, and then swoosh, it's down. So we're going to do that again on this side. All right. And you see again how easy I can guide it. You can go as far or as little as you want at a time to make sure it lays how you want. And then look at that. So easy to put those down. And then this is really cute. I love the words, sweet summer moments. So this looks like it overlaps a little bit and starts right on this edge. And it looks like it might come down to there. That's where we're going to do it. Right on this line. So I know that it's straight. And then I also know that it'll be straight on this side. So again, a nice long one. And I'm lining it up right to the top of this little notch and then right to the edge of the paper to go straight across. And look at that. That's really easy. Love that. We have a great little ice cream over here. Who doesn't love ice cream popsicles? Well, there might be somebody, so I shouldn't say that. All right, and then some beautiful stars. There's a, this is so this star stands out. So you see how we did the orchid, deep orchid color there. And then I'm going to say that looks about the same size. So we're going to use this one down here and see how this is on the brown and the blue at the bottom. There's a couple more on sweet orchids, and it's just 2 different sizes, it looks like. So just make sure to use 2 different sizes on sweet. I don't know what I said. But 2 more on sweet is what I meant. And they both look red and purple orchid in the middle. So we're just going to use both of these. And we've got another one up here. This one looks like a tiny one at the top of this mat. And if you do these just right, then your picture will fit right in there. And you can not cover your sticker, and you can go ahead and put your sticker on. If you don't have pictures, if you do have pictures, I do recommend that you put your pictures down first, do your journaling, tell your story, write anywhere else you want to on the page so that when you want to put your stickers down, they're not in the way. So if you put your stickers down first, they would be in the way of your journaling, and journaling should be more important. So, or at least is to me. So you can, so put your photos down first, do your journaling wherever you want, and then go back and add your embellishment and your stickers. These only come with stickers, but there are embellishments that you tape down. They're really fun to use. And see, my spacing isn't the same, but that's okay. So I'm going to put that there. And we're going to use this guy here over the M. All right. And then we've got 2 more popsicles. This makes me want a popsicle. And I just eyeball where everything's kind of landing, as there is no wrong. If it doesn't look exactly like it, that is okay. It is your page, and that you do it the way you like it. And if you're happy with it, that's what matters most. So debating on this one, but we're going to get that down because I'm going to stop even thinking about it. I like the little star here. I wonder if he was supposed to be the little guy, but that's okay. He's going there. And it says I should have another blue one, so I'm not sure where I used too many stars. But that's okay. It does not have to be the same. So we are done. Look at all, we used all of our stickers, every single sticker, which is wonderful. And this is our done page. Isn't that wonderful? That's how easy you can get these pages done. The album kits actually come with embellishments, not stickers. So, and they're all labeled. Page layout 1 on back side of this, cut apart page 1. All of there are border stickers. They're going to have a 1 by them. The embellishments are all going to have a 1 on them, and then page 2 will have page 2 all the way to page 16. So you really can, if you wanted to copy it all, you could. If you wanted to do it yourself, you could mix things up. If the, embellishments or stickers don't really go with those pictures you're putting on that page, you can mix them up. So this is our monthly kit for July. So we have kits that come out every month that are like this, that you can end up with a full album with 24 pages. And then we also have our album kits that come out that have the whole pack of 16 of these simple kits. And so if you want to learn more about that, we do a class, and our class has simple kits for each of our album kits. So you would pick which kit you wanted and work on that. You could bring pictures so that you can see how much you love it and how they look on the pages, and I can help you get started getting that album completed. First step is to print those photos. So get those photos off your phones and into your albums. So if you have questions about this, if you would love to learn more, I have beginner classes all the time. I would love to have you come join me and let me help you get started. So contact me at Melissa Fago, F as in Frank, AGO, scrapbooking.com, and we will coordinate our dates and get together and help you get started. And also, as always, this is how easy it is to teach someone. If you had some friends that you thought wanted to join you, you could do what I do and join my team and teach people how to get this done, and then have all your friends come together and work on your albums together. So I would love for you to join my team as well. Let me know if you have more questions on that. Thanks so much. Have a great day.